Previously on Shattered Reflection.
It all starts with typical teenage curiosity. She tries to befriend the popular girls, but they don't welcome her. One day in the toilet, Ada overhears some girls talking about sneaking out to meet their boyfriends and go clubbing. This is the freedom I've always wanted.
What next?
The scene begins with Ada, standing by her house, watching her parents' car disappear down the street as they head to the airport. Excitement fills her as she realizes her moment of freedom has finally arrived. "It's time!" she exclaims to herself. Without wasting a second, Ada heads out to do some shopping. She purchases new shoes, makeup, and designer clothes. Back home, she lays everything out on her bed, admiring her collection, thrilled for what the next week at school holds. On the first day of her 3 weeks of freedom, Ada wakes up with a sense of exhilaration. She jumps out of bed, singing and dancing as if she were at a Taylor Swift concert. In the bathroom, her excitement is palpable as she gets ready, applying her makeup and choosing the most expensive bag from her new purchases. Dressed to impress, she heads off to school, feeling unstoppable. When she arrives at school, Ada notices people staring at her. Whispers float through the air, and soon enough, she becomes the topic of conversation. The attention is exactly what she has always wanted. Yet, despite the admiration from other students, the popular girls, the ones Ada truly wants to impress, remain indifferent. Days go by, and although the rest of the school seems to take notice of her new look, the popular girls continue to ignore her. Determined to change that, Ada decides to take matters into her own hands. On a Friday, as the popular girls walk down the school hallway, being hailed by everyone around them, Ada boldly steps in front of them. The hallway falls into a tense silence as all eyes turn to the scene. She introduces herself nervously, saying, "Hi, my name is Ada." One of the girls, without hesitation, responds with a sharp, "What do you want, new girl?" The tension rises as murmurs fill the hallway. Ada, unsure of how to proceed, nervously blurts out, "I want to be your friend." The second girl steps closer to Ada and sneers, "You don't have to force wearing makeup, you know." She then blows a bubble with her gum, popping it in Ada's face. The group of popular girls walks away, leaving Ada standing there, humiliated and alone. The hallway erupts in laughter, and Ada feels the weight of embarrassment. Unable to move, she stands frozen as students pass by, pointing and laughing at her. For over 30 minutes, Ada remains rooted in place, overwhelmed by shame. Finally, she gathers the strength to return to class, only to find her seat taken and the entire class mocking her. They have isolated her, and her embarrassment deepens. One girl, Dara, approaches her with an insincere apology, mimicking her earlier attempt to befriend the popular girls. The class bursts into laughter again. Crushed, Ada runs out of the classroom and heads home, spending the entire weekend in tears, devastated by her failed attempts at fitting in. As the next week begins, Ada retreats to her old self, sitting quietly in the corner of the classroom, feeling defeated and isolated. But one day, a boy named Jason sits beside her. He gently encourages her, saying, "You know, no one will beat you if you fight for your space back, right?" Ada looks up at him, and they exchange a smile. Jason introduces himself, and Ada does the same. They quickly bond, and Jason offers his friendship. Despite this new connection, Ada remains conflicted. While her friendship with Jason grows, it's not the life she envisioned for herself. Jason is a nerd, and Ada still dreams of being accepted by the popular girls. She feels like a loser, stuck in the wrong social circle. During lunch, Jason tries to talk some sense into her, asking why she's so obsessed with the popular girls. "Look at them, Jason," she replies. "They seem to have a perfect life. I just want to be like them. That's all I want." Jason reminds her that life isn't just about popularity and appearances, but Ada brushes it off. She reveals to Jason that her window of freedom is closing. When her parents return next weekend, they will discover the excessive spending she's done. Ada knows she'll be grounded for life and will never be trusted again. Jason, thoughtful as always, comes up with a surprising offer. He reveals that his parents are actually the wealthiest in the school, but he keeps it hidden to avoid attention. He explains that in exchange for his silence about their wealth, his parents shower him with more money than he needs. He offers to help Ada repay the money she spent so that her parents will never know. Ada is stunned by Jason's revelation. She can't believe that someone with so much wealth would live so modestly. Jason explains that he doesn't like attention and prefers to keep a low profile. Realizing this is her chance to fix her mistakes, Ada accepts Jason's offer. He transfers the exact amount she has spent, allowing her to erase the transactions that might raise suspicion when her parents return. Ada feels a mix of relief and gratitude. She thanks Jason. Ada stands in front of her mirror, feeling a sense of resolve wash over her. She reassures herself that she still has time to enjoy the freedom she's been longing for before her parents return. She doesn't have a plan yet, but decides to take things step by step, letting destiny unfold. The next day at school, Ada seeks out Jason, wanting to express her gratitude. "Thank you so much for helping me," she says earnestly, wondering how she can repay him. Jason smiles, sensing her sincerity. "Do you know why I decided to approach you in the first place?" he asks. Ada shakes her head. Jason continues, "Because you're special, Ada. You didn't back down from what you wanted. You approached it with confidence, even when you didn't know what the outcome would be." Ada blushes, touched by his words. "Thank you," she says, feeling a wave of happiness. Jason tells her that the best way to repay him is to keep pursuing what she truly wants, without backing down. Renewed with a sense of purpose, Ada thanks him again and rushes through the school hallway, determined to confront the popular girls once more. In their hideout, the popular girls notice Ada approaching. "How did you find us here, new girl?" they shout in unison, startled by her presence. Ada quickly apologizes and asks for a chance to explain herself. "We're listening," one of them says, arms folded as they wait for her response. Ada takes a deep breath and begins, "I've been following you girls for a while now. I love everything about you, your lifestyles, and I just want to be close to you. I'll do anything to prove myself worthy of being your friend." The girls exchange looks, unimpressed. One of them, Ivy, shouts, "No way we're letting this thing join the group. We might as well be friends with the whole school." But before Ivy's words could dismiss Ada entirely, Yancey, the leader of the group, speaks up. "Calm down, Ivy. We haven't had any fun in a while. Let's give her a chance to prove herself. If she can entertain us, maybe we'll reconsider." Linda, another one of the girls, adds, "You heard the requirement, Ada. Go and plan something exciting for us and we'll see if you're worth it." Ada promises to come up with something fun and collects their phone numbers before heading back to class, her mind buzzing with possibilities. She meets Jason, who is reading quietly in his usual spot, and excitedly tells him about the girls giving her a chance. Jason smiles knowingly. "I trusted you could do it," he says. "So, what did you promise them?" "Well," Ada explains, "they told me they'd give me a shot if I planned something fun for them. I'm thinking of bringing a Ludo game tomorrow. Easy, right?" Jason's laughter fills the air. "A Ludo game?" he exclaims. "Ada, they're rich. They can buy all the Ludo games they want. If you really want to impress them, you'll need to think bigger. Maybe a loud party? Something they can't easily get." Ada's face falls as she realizes Jason is right. "But how am I supposed to throw a party, Jason? I don't have the resources for that, and I've never even been to a party before." Jason's expression softens. "Don't worry about that. I'll help you," he says, offering her reassurance. "I have some experience in that area, trust me." Ada is overwhelmed by his generosity. "Thank you so much," she says, tears of gratitude welling up in her eyes. "I don't know what I'd do without you." The following Monday at school, Jason informs Ada that the party has been arranged. It will be held at his place on Friday. Are your parents okay with this? Ada asks, nervous about the implications. Jason shrugs, smiling. Don't worry. My parents are okay with pretty much anything as long as no one gets hurt. Relieved, Ada sends a message to the popular girls, telling them she has something fun planned and will send the address on Friday morning. When she asks if she can meet them before then, they refuse, telling her she isn't allowed near them until she proves her worth. Later that day, Ada approaches Jason again, asking if she can help plan the party. He waves off her concerns. All you have to do is look good for the party, he tells her with a grin. Ada nods confidently. I'll make sure I look amazing, she promises, ready for the challenge that lies ahead.